My F20 boyfriend, M22, got fired and didn't get a new job, leading to eviction. So me and my boyfriend got an apartment about 6 months ago before we moved in. He promised me that he would pay the rent, and I would pay every other bill, utilities, consumers, Wi-Fi, renter's insurance, essentially every other bill, except for rent, including food and cat items for a cat. He has been fired from or quit every single job he has ever had in the 4 years we have been together. It's been about 10 jobs, give or take. Well, I was visiting my family, and after getting court papers that demanded a $970 payment, I paid that. I guess they still went through with the eviction, and all my furniture was broken because they threw it over the balcony, and a lot of my stuff was broken. Every single electronic device I have ever owned got stolen, including the 2 Xboxes I bought, 4 controllers, 2 Nintendo Switches, my iPhone, my iPad, my gaming headset, and more. They killed my fish and threw him in his fishbowl into a garbage bag with all the rest of my stuff. I found him dead in the bag along with his broken bowl. In these events, it has been hard to even want to talk to him. I'm not sure if I can go on with this relationship, but it's hard because I love him more than anybody else in the world, but he can't seem to keep any of the promises he makes. And it seems like we're never going to be able to be out on our own. His parents hate me. My parents hate what he does to me because he treats me like crap sometimes and constantly loses his jobs. I'm not sure how to carry on from this point. He doesn't ever message me unless I message first, and we've been separated from each other because of this eviction. What can I do about the stolen items the people who evicted us stole? Any advice on anything about this situation? Sorry, how to end this post. Are you in the US? Every state has laws on the eviction process. If you paid the debt due, they just can't evict you. And they also can't just toss your stuff off a balcony for fun. The eviction process also takes time. How long were you gone? Get a lawyer. You were likely illegally evicted, and you can sue them for restitution. Dump the boyfriend. Why are you still in a relationship with a loser? I 39 am CI2I, and am completely in love with my fiancé 30F, except for one really important thing. I met my fiancé 4 years ago at a mutual friend's party. She is a quiet, modest teacher, extremely intelligent and eloquent. We clicked right away on one beautifully human thing. The friend who we were having a playoff baseball watch party had a very old cat. Neither one of us could pay attention to anyone else, just this old suffering cat. We ended up getting coffee, and then dinner, and things lead to a very meaningful and deep connection. On these early dates, we both talked about how we ended up where we are, single at our ages, what we thought about marriage and monogamy and kids and white picket fences and the American dream. We were lockstep on everything. Fast forward to 9 months after I proposed. She is an ESL teacher, noble, so important, and she teaches K-12. She sees kids every day, especially immigrants and foster children or adoptees. Being an adopted kid myself, seeing her with these kids was one of the reasons I fell in love with her in the first place. She's incredibly patient, had amazing skills in teaching and disciplining these kids while still being warm and kind to them, making them feel understood. So here's the rub. In the last 9 months after she said, yes, she's taken a 180 degrees on having kids. I told her that was a very important thing to me. Being adopted, I've at least gotten over the narcissism of wanting or even needing to have my own biological children, but I definitely want to at least adopt. And we both acknowledge that we both have a unique head start in being parents. She is an amazing auntie and had taught and mentored kids for 8 years. I helped raise my niece and nephew, took in my addict cousin's kids for 6 years, and helped raise an ex's baby from 2 months to 4. Anyway, I can't blame her for her reasons why. The world is crazy right now. She sees so much pain and injustice in what these kids have to deal with every day to reinforce her idea that bringing more kids into this world is crazy. I've learned toward adoption anyway. She has had problems with dysmorphia and is terrified of the change her body would go through to have a kid, and I've brought up adoption from areas of conflict. As far as we go, I own a business and make enough where we could live comfortably as parents, and she wouldn't have to work. I know her well enough to never suggest that idea, as she is doing very important work and needs to be challenged and stimulated, or I'm sure that she would go nuts. It hasn't even caused a fight. We just sort of come to an impasse where we can see in each other's eyes the passion we have at both extremes of the issue. I'm not a crazy breeder. I just have always wanted to be a father. In fact, when I was growing up, I remember getting our elementary school diplomas in cute little graduation hats, and the principal asking what everyone wanted to be, and I said, a daddy. I've had small tastes of it, and I've done really well. I used to babysit my best friend's baby and toddler siblings over the summer in high school. They were left in their grandmother's care, but she had mobility issues, so I helped Nana Wilma change diapers and take care of the house while they took their yearly trip to Europe. Then I helped raise an ex's kid from 2 months. Douche dad left a new mother and an infant. To 4 years doing all the daddy duties once we were together for a bit. Then my cousin lost custody of her 10 and 14-year-old to CPS while she struggled with her drug abuse disorder, and I took guardianship of them, mostly because I could and didn't want them to have to be with foster parents. I took care of them for 6 years, only ending 4 years ago. There's a helplessness here. Both of us know we love each other, both know that we won't change our minds. Both of us know we'd be compromising something crucial to who we are for each other. I'd never want her to either adopt or go through the extreme body change of pregnancy without being enthusiastic in love with the idea. She knows that I'd be missing a major part of my life's fulfillment without being a father. Her mom is understanding, but I get the impression that she is telling her to just have kids and compromise. That's not what I want. Even her mom and sister add another wrinkle to our possibly ending it. They live with us. Her mom has multiple strokes, and her older sister has Downs. We're building a house together that I designed with a detached single-floor home for her mom and sister with safety rails and an alert system and safety shower. I think if we end up tragically calling it off that I'd still leave them the house. Did I guess? The idea of some other dude just living my life with the woman I love in the house I built boils my blood. But then also I'd just want her to be happy. Ugh, this is tough. I'd love feedback from people not involved. Our friends are split. Being from Wisconsin, her friends are all no doubt just telling her to give in and have kids and how great of parents we would be. I don't want that. Those friends have known her since grade school too. I came into the picture in the last 4 years. My mom has passed, and I would have loved to have her input on this one. She had miscarriages and had her tubes tied because of the entire impact of losing the babies, then adopted me and my sister. It is such a complicated thing. In the end, I just want her to be happy, and for me to be happy. It's hard to see that being the case if we differ on something so important. She looks after kids all day, then goes home and looks after her mother and sister. And you'd like her to add your own children to this situation? Is there no extra support available, so she's not looking after others people all day every day? She literally doesn't have a minute to think about herself or what she wants. You seem to have a need to rescue people, likely stemming from the fact you were adopted. Have you been in therapy before? What to do about the poop? Wife, 34F, and partner, 41M. I genuinely don't know what to title this, or even which sub I need to post in. I'm just at my wit's end. Also, using an alt account because my spouse will know this is us. I, 34F, have been married to my partner, 41M, for 8 years. Our small home has 1.5 bathrooms. The full bathroom is mine. We both shower there, but only I use that toilet, and the half is his. His bathroom is near the living room/kitchen. My partner poops like 4-6 times a day and uses a bidet and wipes. Because the wipes aren't truly flushable, he throws them in the trash can in the bathroom. The problem is they stink. Due to some health issues, I have a very sensitive sense of smell. When I'm in the living room, I can smell the bathroom trash can, and I start violently gagging. It's incredibly uncomfortable for me, and it takes me a long time to stop gagging, even once I'm far enough away from that smell. However, my partner doesn't smell it, so I end up looking overly dramatic. I used to have him just keep the door closed at all times, which didn't fix the problem, but it helped me exist. However, we have people over regularly, and that's the bathroom they use. And our 2-year-old is now potty training. He needed to go ASAP, so I ran him into that bathroom since it was closest. But because of the smell, I nearly threw up and had to try to get him to the farther bathroom. I understand that he doesn't view it as a problem because he can't smell it. But I feel like my kid, and I should not be forced to smell human feces on a daily basis. I also don't think I should be ignored when I say the smell is making me sick multiple times a day. What's the solution here? We've had some other issues lately, so I think I constantly feel like everything is a huge thing. I need a proposed solution because leaving it up to him to solve has gotten me nowhere but being resentful. Let me get this straight. He uses a bidet, but still has gobs of shit that needs to be wiped afterwards? Is he using the bidet correctly? I almost never have anything to wipe after using my bidet. / use a diaper pail, which is made to contain the smell. / have him go to the doctor, for 6 times a day is concerning. / have him figure out a better bidet workflow and use flushable toilet paper. Your partner poops 6 times a day. What? Is he okay? My F28, amazing partner, M28, was away for the weekend and I had so much more energy. Now he's back and I feel kind of drained again and I can't figure out why. Too long did not read. I absolutely love spending time with my boyfriend that I live with, but when he was away this weekend, I felt I had way more energy and way more myself. Any advice on how to get that feeling more while we're both home? My boyfriend and I have been together for 10 years. We've been through university, 2 years of long distance, 4 years living together, and 2 years of chronic pain and back surgery on his end. So we truly feel like family at this point. I love him so much, and even now after all this time and all the challenges, every day I am so happy to be around him and share a life together. We truly laugh and giggle every day while we cook and eat together. I tend to work later than he does, and I have more commitments outside of the house. So often he even ends up cooking dinner from scratch, or doing dishes for me if I'm busy. He gets me a tea at night, sometimes gets a bath ready for me, and always does sweet little things. This is why I'm confused about this pattern I noticed. He was away this weekend, and I felt how I did when I was younger and living alone. Of course I missed him, but I had so much energy and I was so motivated. I did all my chores and more. I went out for walks and visited friends with energy left to spare, painted again for the first time in years, and I felt more myself than I have in a long time. This has happened before when he was away for an extended period. Has anyone else had this? I can't put a finger on why I would have less energy around him. He's not as tidy as me, so sometimes I feel like I'm constantly putting things away where I want them to go, but it doesn't bother me. But at night when we make dinner, dishes feel like so much more of a chore than they did when I was alone. Tackling my to-do list feels so much bigger when he's there. But he actively does things to make my life easier. So after observing this, I'm curious if any married people have advice on how to bring some of that extra energy feeling into our daily life together. I wonder if he would benefit if I go away for the weekend more to give him space too? Do we just need time away from each other more even though we love being together? Sounds like you just recharged like an introvert personality. Maybe you need to find more alone time. He drains your energy and doesn't give you space or support to recharge. Let the winds of heaven dance between you.